Love, light, and blessings. This is Shamanic Awak Priestess here, and yes, I have the same clothes and I'm drinking the same coffee. Mm. So for my second video, so this is going to be day 16. The previous one was day 15. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Patsy Moses. Okay, and Patsy Moses was a person who openly, amongst the slave population at least, practiced conjure work. Okay, she was born in Fort Bend, Texas in 1863. And her family was owned by the Armstrong family. Again, she was a conjure woman. Her great grandfather fought in, was a war veteran. He fought in the Revolutionary War. Okay, her great grandfather was again war veteran of the Revolutionary War, and her dad also fought in the war too. Okay, Armstrong, the father, Preston, Preston, taught his daughter voodoo, but he taught her traditional voodoo. Okay, and she made sure that people knew she practiced traditional voodoo, old style conjure. She saw in her lifetime that it helped black people before and during the wars, before and during slavery. She did her work in a secret place and she used a kettle, so people will call that like a cauldron. And she would put her secret curios as they taught her, as her father and mother taught her that her people did before her. And you would never let anybody know what's in being put in the kettle. And her people that she would invite to these ceremonies, rituals, they would be dancing around during the moon and go into ecstatic dancing and things of that nature. And they would do this till daylight, okay, as they danced to the beat of the African drums. She was known for creating charms, working the old style voodoo, creating what we call now mojo bags, goodies goodies bags. She was very known for these things, which included animal parts and curios and things of that nature. Um, and in one story that she shared, was about someone that she knew. She was also a old style conjurer, and the rabbit's foot. This is something I've been recently discovered, and it's funny because my son was telling me, I don't know why people use rabbit's foot in witchcraft, and I said, well, it's supposed to bring good luck. Everybody, most people know, yeah, rabbit's foot brings good luck, whatever the case may be. There's also an older tradition with rabbit's foot. Again, I recently discovered this, so I always love learning new history. The rabbit's foot was also used. It was dressed with whiskey and prayed over the moon and things like that. And then there was a spiritual bath that went with it. That pretty much was if someone was trying to run away from slavery, the bath and the rabbit's foot was believed to pretty much make it where the dogs wouldn't be able to smell you, because it's common knowledge that when someone ran away, they would get the slave hunters, and they used dogs and stuff to pretty much smell, use their scent, and pretty much find the runaway slave. So they had success with actually creating this curio, and the slaves were able to run away undetected. So they had seen success with that. So that was one of the services that she also provided as well. Um, she also was heavily someone who, okay, she was also someone who heavily used horseshoes, um, food, like certain kinds of food she would cook, and they had certain intentions. They used horseshoes either to make the crops bless or make the crops fail, to bring good luck or to curse people and things of that nature. So depending on the intentions would depend on what type of horse they would take the horseshoe from. Okay. And so yeah, so her mother, Lucy Armstrong, and Preston Armstrong really, really taught her voodoo, and she saw how it helped her people, and things like that. She worked candles, she worked lamps, you know. She also had a grandfather who was a Baptist preacher, and people would go to him as well when they would have curses on them. So even though her grandfather did not practice voodoo like her parents did, he respected it, and he did help to break the curses, and he knew that it was something real. It just wasn't the path that he worked in. Whereas her parents, that's what they did. You know what I mean? And her great granddad and things like that. So, yeah, she was a very powerful woman. She was interviewed in the slave narratives and things like that. So she's one of the root workers that were interviewed, and she talked heavily about conjure. Unfortunately, when she was 74 when she was interviewed, a lot of her work has been stolen throughout time, and she has never been given credit for her work. So I wanted to shed light on Patsy Moses. So when we look at a horseshoe over our door, when we're using gris bags and mojo bags, when we're using rabbit's feet and things like that, we can think of Patsy Moses, a very famous conjurer of taxes in her own right, who helped freed slaves through conjure and voodoo, and who pretty much has attributed and giving so much to root work. And I feel like it's time that these root workers get their proper due, their proper honor, and their proper acknowledgement, so that their names could be made well known too, like names of other witches and spiritual people that a lot of us can name. And these are people, and that's why I want to highlight these individuals, are names that have been forgotten in history, and I want to shed light on that, right? Knowledge is power, and it's important for us to know our history. If you know where you've been, you'll know where you're going, right? If you know where you've been, you know where you're going. And one of the things they wanted to do to our ancestors during our oppressive periods was to erase our history, right? To erase our history. And doing this is us taking back our history and knowing that we come from a proud lineage. And like I always hear people say, and I say myself, we are standing on the shoulders of our ancestors. They opened up the doors, and then we have to take it from here. Let's see how far we can go. So hopefully these videos inspire you guys, okay? Much love, much light, much blessings. I know I look kind of tired. It was a day yesterday. I took a personal day yesterday because I've been working nonstop. And I had to just take a mental break yesterday, because remember I was talking to you guys about self-care and things like that. So I already wrote in, Saturday, you're taking a day off, lady. So that's what I did. I got my nails. I got a mani done yesterday, and I got a nice deep tissue massage. So for all those that are scheduled for next week, which are a lot of you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're going to get a nice, fresh psychic reader. You're going to have great readings to look forward to. But readers do need to take a day or two break sometimes, because we're human. And I like to give the best of the best. And I just needed to, I had a backache yesterday. I was tired, and getting the deep tissue massage, getting a nice mani, just, you know what I mean? And then I bought some outfits and stuff yesterday too, because, you know, you just need to do things for yourself sometimes. So self-care is really important, guys. So much love, much light, much blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And until the next video, bye.